You're Kyle Sherman, I'm Matthew Kershaw, and my vision is augmented.
Your vision is always augmented. Oh, is this just a dig at me for wearing glasses? Because I am offended, dear sir.
No, I'm sorry, I'm just really hyped. We got 2 new Deus Ex games coming out soon.
Oh,
it's gonna be awesome.
Go on then. Go on
Yep,
then.
so we're going to start immediately off by talking about the new Call of Duty Black Ops 3 trailer.
Hell yeah.
It looks pretty sick. It looks like Deus Ex, but with Michael Bay directing it.
You mean that this one will actually be interesting and play well, with no inventory
No,
management, and the faces will be well animated.
No, I mean that Deus Ex is more about the story, and it has a good story, while Call of Duty Deus Ex will have a crappy story.
I disagree.
But it will be filled with explosions, which is always awesome.
Black Ops 2 was a good story. I mean, it was dumb,
yeah,
don't get me wrong, but it was well told.
I'll give you that, yeah. Black Ops 2 was a very good game. A good Call of Duty game.
When you go on the murder rampage through the village with a hacksaw or whatever, and then you just keep seeing pictures of your sister, it's like, come on.
I forgot about that. No, the story isn't good.
Come on, Avengers Sevenfold, everyone likes them, bro.
What about when you ride a horse and fire rockets at tanks in the desert?
Oh, that shit was so good! And then you have the quick time punching with all the numbers on the screen. Fuck you, this is going to be a way better game than Deus Ex.
No, it won't, but it'll be a good Call of Duty. It's Treyarch making it, and I love Treyarch, so it will be a good Call of Duty game.
I don't love Treyarch, generally. I think their games shoot in a weird way I don't like. They're kind of swimmy, which is the only way I can describe it without, going into it more. But I really like Black Ops 2. It was awesome.
World at War and Black Ops 1 felt kind of slow with the multiplayer, which I liked.
Yeah.
Black Ops 2 was much more fast-paced and more towards Modern Warfare style, and I didn't really enjoy that, but I still played a shit ton of it.
I think what it is...
And I'm sure that this one will feel like Advanced Warfare, because instead of having to have these exosuits to jump around, you are going to be this augmented super soldier who will just be able to fly around and shoot like rockets out of their arms. It's going to be so fucking cool.
It's going to be like Halo, but good. Basically.
Yeah, it's good. Essentially you are Master Chief, where you can jump like 10 foot into the air off a single leap.
What it'll be like a month or two of people playing Halo and all the reviews being like, well, it doesn't play as well as last year's COD. And then when this comes out in November, it'll be, well, they finally found a shooter better than last year's COD.
Yep, that's the story of every Call of Duty, though.
It's because they're all great. Well, most of them are great.
They are. Call of Duty's a very good game, excluding Ghosts.
Ugh.
Yep.
Ugh. I wonder what Infinity Ward are doing now. I wonder if they've been relegated to map pack status for like Sledgehammer or something.
I'm sure that they are rolling around in their money as they design Ghost 2, because that's coming next year.
Oh god, no.
That's like practically been confirmed apparently by the end of Ghost 1.
Right, unless it goes hard off the other edge and you play as evil Logan? Is that your name?
Yeah, but aren't you evil at the end of Ghost?
That's what I mean,
the whole twist is that
you're being tortured to shit.
I never finished Ghost. I got up to a mission where I was flying a helicopter and I was like, I've had enough of this game. I've just been on like Los Santos Beach shooting like Russians or South Americans invading America. Yeah. And I was like, I'm done with this game.
Did you see the dog level where you airlift your dog? You medevac your dog?
No!
It's awesome. It's so good. You need to play that game again.
I don't want to have to reinstall Ghost just to watch a dog get taken out by a chopper.
I think he gets shot in his ass or something, and then the whole mission is you carrying this dog from cover point to cover point and getting him to the hell chopper. Get to the chopper.
Oh, of course, that's much more like, emotional than when you have to carry that captain from, was it Modern Warfare 1?
Is that so?
In that sniper mission?
Oh, no shit, I don't... I know the one you're on about.
I think you play as Price, and you have to carry your, sergeant out after he gets shot.
taken out by the propeller, doesn't he, in Pripyat?
Yeah.
I always thought you were on about Yuri, in Modern Warfare 3, if you can remember that great, fucking novel of a game.
Yeah.
God, fuck, where were we? Podcast? What?
Yeah, so Kyle, what have you been playing recently?
I haven't been playing a ton. In fact, in the last few days, the only thing I've played is some Halo with you, which went about as badly as you could imagine.
Yep, that was not fun.
Yeah, Halo 3
Oh,
is
by the
really
way,
slow.
Since you just mentioned Halo, I just saw earlier, they finally added ranking to Team Slayer and the Halo Championship Series.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we lasted long in that the other night.
Yep.
Also, on the subject of Halo, that Halo 3 ODST is coming out in May for people who bought it. I think it was before the 19th of December, the Master Chief Collection.
Awesome. What else comes out in May? Something else I just read.
The Witch is coming out in May, and the
No,
Destiny
not The
DLC
Witch.
is
I don't
coming
care
out in
about
May.
that. I don't care about that either.
Oh, it's going to be so good!
Oh, it's fucking wrestling. This has nothing to do with video games. Never mind, ignore.
Me saying good like that made a giant dick on my waveforms. It was really
Take
long.
a screenshot.
It was
That's going to be the podcast thumbnail.
I'll go back and get it, yeah. It's 5 minutes 43 or something. Anyway.
You go back in there and get that dick.
Yeah, we clap now. I'll remember to listen to just before this part, and you can grab the dick from there.
I always grab the dick.
Speaking of Halo and ODSTs, I also read, or rather listened to, the audiobook of Halo New Bloods in like one afternoon, because it's only 6 hours long. So it's clearly not a long book. That is about 5 hours of the retelling of ODST, basically, from the perspective of Eddie Buck, by a really uninterested narrator. And then the last hour is pretty
Buck?
good. Nathan Fillion's character in ODST, the sergeant.
Oh, yeah. The big dude.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it because it just came out, but that last hour of that book, or the audiobook, is actually quite good if you're interested in ODST and what happens to them afterwards.
I like ODSTs. This sounds like a book I'd be interested in.
Like the first 5
even
hours
just
are retelling and it's kind of shit.
Well, it's been a long time since I've played ODST, so I'll happily read through it again.
Oh shit, my Droops alarm, hold on.
Oh, well, okay
My
then.
bad. My pixel dude with the squid arms just woke up. Don't worry about that. Yeah, but it's alright because you'll be able to play ODST before you'll ever get around to reading that book. Because I'm not convinced you can
That's a good
read.
point.
So
I can't read now. I'm just like, I'm a spaz, basically.
basically, otherwise you would have read the Karen Travis books that are actually good. And the Greg Bear ones.
I have Glasslands sat in my bookshelf.
Just fucking read them, they're not that long.
On top of 2 driving theory test DVDs.
You don't need them, no one needs to
So
drive.
Yeah. I can't read, clearly. I just look at waveforms, and that's what I read.
You can read, I was going to say you can read the binary, but in a way, it's sort of tangent.
In a way, we can read binary. We know how to read binary.
I feel binary, more like it's Braille, but I feel it in the energy waves off my keyboard. What else have I been
So
playing?
that's what you've been playing.
I played Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. I've played about 15 hours, which I believe is about half of it. And that game is hot, dude. That game is hot. I mean, it looks like shit most of the time, but it's like high school. It's like Code Geass, but a video game.
You refuse to let me watch Code Geass.
I don't want you to. You'll ruin it for me and yourself. You watching it will somehow ruin my experience with it. Somehow.
That's how the internet works, you know. If you like something, then no one else is allowed to like it.
Yeah, see, to me, nobody but me has ever laid eyes on the beautiful form of Rolo, so,
Oh god, I forgot about Rolo, yeah.
I mean, you can have Suzaku, that's fine, but...
No, we're not getting into this.
Rolo...
It was weird enough months ago.
Rolo... Moving on. Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, we'll have a video up at some point. I really like that game, but it's kind of shitty at times, but it's a PSP port of a game, so it makes sense that it would be kind of fucked. But it's active JRPG combat. It's awesome. Like the way you dodge and the way you wait for criticals. It reminds me of Bayonetta, but not in a you are busting combos, but it's more like, like Pokemon, you have your 4 abilities. It's like you have these different team members and their abilities, and there's like this element of critical strikes, and you want to wait for the perfect time to hit, because if you keep hitting, then you're going to miss the crits. And it's all dodging, and it's super fast, and it's really good, really good. I think that's been it, though, to be honest. I finished Bloodborne. Mixed feelings on that. The review is up by the time this goes up.
Is it?
Yep, it'll get a 4 out of
I
5.
think. Oh, you just spoiled. No one's going to go read it
It's
now.
a good. Yeah, that's all that matters is the score, of course. And of course, these scores
It
are
may
meant to
or
be
may
compared.
not be 4 out of 5.
Yeah. Oh shit! I played Spartan Strike. That was the other gem. I played last weekend. Fuck, dude. Find the video. Find the review. See that shit for yourself. What about you? Have you played anything?
Played Halo with you, and I've been playing Deus Ex.
How's that?
Speaking of Deus Ex, so Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is going to be really fucking good.
I hope so.
Just getting back onto that.
I hope so. Oh, one other thing I have played. Sorry to interrupt you. I've played Star Wars Card Trader on my iPhone, where you.
That's not a game.
It's a game of chance. You open packs of cards. At the minute, they seem to be giving me money.
No,
each
it's not.
day.
I could go to the store and I could buy like Pokemon cards, and I could be like, yeah, this is a game. No, it's not.
Do you want to open the Boba Fett base pack with me right here, right now on air? This is 5,000 credits in the cantina.
How much is that in real money?
Maybe £3? I don't know.
Oh my god, you spent £3 on Boba Fett cards.
I haven't spent anything, these are free. So, our first one I've got is a white Wedge Antilles, you all remember him? I've got a Padme Amidala, but she's blue, so awesome. I've got an R2-D2, an Obi-Wan Kenobi, that's a different variant of Obi-Wan. I've got another Padme. I've got a Captain Rex. Did you ever watch the Clone Wars stuff?
So I'm just killing myself right now.
He's blue. Captain Rex is sick, basically. I've got a Garvin Drees, never heard of him. C-3PO, Admiral Piet. If you want to trade Admiral Piets, just find me on the game. I'll be in chat. I have 5 Admiral Piets at the minute, so.
I'll trade you a crumpled up Time Wizard and a Fisher card I have right
Oh
here.
fuck, I've got a Bail Organa. He's the really hot senator from Alderaan with the great facial hair. Have you seen? Search him right now. He's awesome. Anyway, what were you playing? What video games have you been playing?
Halo, Deus Ex, WWE 2K14 with my little brothers. That's practically it.
That's the good one.
I've had no time.
Yeah.
That's the good one. I've had no time for playing anything with these exams.
No, they have been a sink of time and energy, to be honest. Which is the reason why we've had a couple of days with like little to no content on the site, which is a bummer, but it's coming. It's coming. That review for Bloodborne is several pages long. It's longer than it needs to be.
Really?
It will, yeah. I need to cut it down before it goes up, but we're getting all our timelines confused.
So, do you want to move on to news, or do you want to talk more about the video games you've been playing?
We should move on to news, because I have quite a bit.
Do you want to start with yours or mine?
Let's start off with some of mine, then do some of yours, and then we'll conclude with some controversial shit at the end, shall we?
Well, fine. Okay.
So Square Enix is doing a press conference at E3.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex, they've got Project X Zone 2, or whatever the fuck that was called. I think they've got Star Ocean 5, don't know what that is.
Nobody knows what Square Enix make except for Deus Ex, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only game they've ever made, ever.
Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That'll probably show up at the Xbox One press conference though, to be honest. Oh, it'll show up at both, but...
Did you... Again, I know I'm talking about Deus Ex again. Did you see Deus Ex's reaction to the Black Ops 3
Was
trailer?
this the cat thing?
This is, yeah.
I saw it when I was browsing news for this podcast and didn't look into it. Was it just a picture of a cat?
Pretty good. Yep.
Shit, what else do they have? They have Final Fantasy with the hot guy who they've made less hot, but hopefully they'll make more hot again. You know the one on the phone, have you seen this?
No.
It's like a dude with a sword, and he was wearing no clothes basically. He was wearing like leg clothes and arm wraps, and that was it. And then they were like, oh, he's too they literally said he was too sexy. So they've redesigned his character, but there's been a huge pushback, so hopefully he'll be sexed
I'm
up
not
again.
a weeb like you, so I don't look at Final Fantasy stuff.
I'm way into Final Fantasy. They also have Final Fantasy IV Last Remnants or something. Some dumb subtitle coming to Steam, or PC at least.
Oh boy.
They've the Final Fantasy up the wazoo, basically. I mean, Final Fantasy 15 will probably be there in some form. So yeah, Square Enix doing a surprising amount considering they've done like nothing for years. They're up there with Bethesda for a new press conferences this year, which is quite exciting. I mean, I don't care about most Bethesda games, but it's still exciting. Total Warhammer has been announced. It
Oh
was
yeah.
leaked in an art book a while ago, but I'm pissed that they didn't just call it Total Warhammer. It's Total War Warhammer. So I'm going to fuck the name
Oh,
up every time. I'm just going to call it Total Warhammer. But that looks awesome, but it's all...
everybody will call it Total Warhammer.
Yeah, there's no gameplay, I don't believe, in the trailer. So
Is that the weird Spanish one? That's the only one I've
I've
seen.
seen the English one, and it looks sick.
Oh.
They've got the art style down, you know? They've got, like...
Yeah.
The trailer's really good if you're into Warhammer. It's really good. I'm pretty sure Carl France riding the Griffin with the hammer is in there, which is weird. Like, how they're going to have, like, named characters in this thing, or is it just for show, or... I don't know, because it doesn't seem to fit well with the, with the Total War engine, I guess. Then again, they had a tiller in a tiller, so they'd probably do it. The WoW movie's been pushed to June 2016, because that's never coming out.
Yep.
I think it's called King Llama or something. Did you see it?
Oh god, I bet you're excited.
Yeah, no, but... Whatever, moving on. And Mass Effect 4 had a leak, which makes it sound a bit like a pumped-up, ambitious version of Dragon Age Origins, which is awesome.
Wasn't this leak, leaked months ago and it's just now resurfacing?
Aye, this is the first I've
This is
heard
the
of
leak
it.
about some guy who took a survey. Yeah, this happened months ago as well.
Alright. It seems to happen a lot.
This
with
information
BioWare
just resurfaced, whatever reason.
games. Yeah, I didn't see it at the time, but that's in the news right now. And
Yeah.
Destiny, they are removing the commendations, which I don't know what they are because they don't seem to be what I thought they were. I think they were added in the last DLC, but they're removing that. But they're adding another way to level your weapons with called Etheric Light, which is weird. So it's another rep to grind basically. And yeah, that
Great.
DLC looks really cool. May 19th, I'm excited. So what is your news?
I have two pieces of news.
Hit me.
One, there's a roguelike sale going on Steam
That's
right now
not
until
news.
27th.
That's every day on Steam.
Yeah, but it's a bunch of roguelike games in there. I think... there's like one or two good ones in there. And if people like The Binding of Isaac, they're both in there for pretty
I
cheap.
don't believe you at your assessment of quality.
I'm not saying they're good, I'm saying people like the games, and therefore if you want them cheap, they're
What
there.
if I told you people's opinions other than my own were wrong? How would you feel about that?
You want to get into this now?
No, not really, but everyone else is on a daily basis, so fuck.
I want to get through the news before we go on to it. And the second big bit of news is that Steam is now allowing mod creators to charge for their mods on the Steam Workshop.
Yeah.
Starting off with Skyrim.
Yeah. How do you
at first
feel about this?
I was like, this is super dumb because, let's be honest, a lot of people who use Steam are dumb. And so then they use the Steam Workshop to install their mods on games like Skyrim or whatever. But the smart people who understand computers will just use the Skyrim Nexus and get whatever mods they want, no matter what they do to the game.
I agree with you, but
get...
I feel calling them smart as opposed to dumb is like, I don't know how to play a piano, so I would obviously get GarageBand rather than a piano, you know?
What I mean is, more tech-savvy people will just
Yeah.
go to the place that has the better mods. Like, Steam Workshop doesn't allow you to do a whole
I know,
lot
I can't see
with your
schlongs
mods
on Steam
in there.
Workshop, so I had to go to the
Yeah.
Nexus.
Yeah, the Steam Workshop doesn't have slongs of Skyrim. Skyrim Nexus does have
Damn
it.
straight.
You know, you can do more with I guess they're not unofficial mods, but they're not on the Workshop.
Uncensored, uncut.
Yeah, it's like the Workshop's super great, where you can just click a button and it installs the game or installs the mod, and you know it's going to work.
Yeah, totally.
Most of the time. But now Steam are like, yeah, now any mod creator can go and do it. It's going to make more people mod the games, which is good, because people can produce really good mods, and that's good.
Totally.
But at the same time, people are now just going to charge for mods, and people aren't going to go and spend like £10 on a mod that changes the rain in Skyrim.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super into the Steam Workshop. Is it? You know how like you can buy hats and make hats and stuff in like Team Fortress and stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder how. I know that's doing well for them, but I wonder what makes that so different from this. Is it just because to me
Well,
it's just an extension of it, and I don't see an issue.
I'm
with
pretty sure they will monetize that as
They
well.
have monetized it
at some
already.
point.
That's my point. It's like people have made careers off
Yeah,
making
but
hats for like.
you have to go through quality control with Valve before they actually get released. This is just anyone can make a mod, upload it to the workshop, and then charge people
They have
for
a
it.
24-hour refund period though.
I guess, but the worst part about this is that the mod creators only get 25% of what they charge, which is just Steam being super greedy, or I guess Valve being super greedy and assholes, where they're just like, we have no competition, we're the only ones doing this, we can just take people's money.
Yep.
You know, some
Sure.
guy can spend hours coding some mods, charge $5 for it, and Steam are like, okay then, we're going to take most of the cut of this, we're going to take, 75% of $5.
Maths, come on, I don't know.
$1, you're going to get $1.50, we're going to get $3.50.
See, I think that's way too much for any mod, to be honest. You know, this is the PC where people won't pay for a already discounted £30, $40 game. They're not going to spend multiple pounds on a mod. It's going to be like trading cards. It's like, here's 50 pence for this thing, and you're going to get 10p, and that's more than 10 pence you would have got otherwise.
I know, like, people will go and buy mods no matter what, but like I said, the more tech-savvy people will just get it for free. I'm pretty sure the tech-savvy people that go to the Skyrim Nexus will probably know how to pirate stuff anyway.
Yeah. That's the other thing, is like, if I were into ripping other people's code, I would go on, have one person in your community go and pay for all these mods or whatever, split it between you however you want, and then just upload it to the Skyrim Nexus anyway, and then it's free for anyone else, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's really dumb that Valve are doing this. It's already started #Modgate, where people, for whatever reason on the internet, think that starting something like this will end up changing Valve's opinion, just like, Gamergate with like, oh, let's, protest and try and get our way. It's like, no, Gamergate hasn't worked and it's gone on for like a year. Modgate is not going to work. Valve don't care. The people who are in Modgate who are like, we're not going to buy any Valve products, they're going to buy Valve products no matter what.
Yeah, they're not going to buy any, but they're totally going to keep playing Dota every night, so...
Yeah, that's just it. They're going to continue to use Steam, use Valve services, give them money no matter what, and it's super dumb that they think they can change that. Like, there's online petitions, and they're like, we just need 40,000 signatures, and Valve have to change it. It's like, no, it's not how the world works. Valve, people blame EA. If EA did this, they would be outcried by everybody.
See...
And now Valve is doing it, and people are like, why are Valve doing this? They're the good guys, right? It's like, no, Valve are a company, they want your money. This is a way that they can get your money.
Totally.
Deal with it.
They've been the most they've been all the microtransactions on the PC. They've been so much worse about monetization than anyone else, and everyone's just forgotten about it.
People are like, oh, Valve, Gabe Newell, good guys. No, Valve is a fucking awful company with the stuff they do with microtransactions, and now this paying for mods.
Yeah, it's just that
any
have the
any other
now,
company, they have the monopoly. Any other company that implemented this would just be burnt to the ground by the community. But the problem is Valve have the what's the word I'm looking for? They already have the foothold. Yeah. Everybody uses Steam because they sell games on, value or on special sales or whatever.
It's also convenient,
Yeah,
like, Good Old Games is great for like if you're way into your DRM free and all this shit. But I don't give a fuck. I want all my games in one place, and Steam does it really well, and it keeps it patched, and I don't need to worry about any of it.
Yeah, that's just it. It's like people are going to start, bitching and moaning that Valve are doing this now when they've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
If I can look at Team Fortress when it released compared to now, it's just so dumb that people didn't realize that Valve do this. And it's like, what? Valve have been this evil company this entire time. I'm not trying to say Valve are evil. I'm saying a lot of the stuff they do is what people online complain about other companies doing.
Yeah, yeah.
But Valve get a free pass. Like, look at GTA 5 comes out on PC, and suddenly tons of people go and buy it, whatever, on Steam.
Pirate.
But then there's a large people that are just like, oh, it's finally on PC. I'm gonna go download this Chinese, knockoff copy of it, and then I'm gonna bitch online why the game freezes after a certain mission, and then start blaming Rockstar for it. It's like, fucking...
Yeah. It's
super dumb.
Yeah, it is. It is dumb. I always get annoyed when it comes to Valve, because it's like, you're right, it's total double standard. Like, I understand why people there's such an easy. It's so easy to hate against EA. You know, it's becoming increasingly easy to hate against Ubisoft because they are literally about a year behind where EA were. You know, like a year ago, they've just reached that point of buggy, shitty games and rehashing the same thing totally. And
you look at EA. EA would definitely. I don't want to say they definitely led this to happen, but they were definitely
they've experimented
ahead of their time with like the idea of microtransactions or day one DLC, and now everybody does it. And you look at Ubisoft, they're doing the same thing, but they're not putting out good games. Like EA, they put out a game, it's fucking good. Some of them are even great. You look at Ubisoft putting out like Assassin's Creed Unity, which is a broken mess, and then they just have all this microtransaction stuff thrown on top.
Yeah. I think
it's like, this isn't a good game, so I can't excuse this from happening.
EA is interesting because they've experimented with microtransactions for like half a decade or something. You know, it started in like
that's just it. They've
PGA
been doing
Tour
it,
and stuff.
They've been doing it for years, and they discovered a way to make it work.
I think Mass Effect and Dragon Age are really good areas where they're like, we're going to give you this multiplayer content, the maps and shit for free, and then if you do want to bypass the actual progression, you can do it. Because then that's totally opt-in. There's no... Only if you're weak-willed, which I am, ironically, and like feel the need to have everything, which is why I'm so into card collecting and shit. It's like, that's the only reason you would put money into those things. Which, it's the same with Dota, I guess, you know. Dota's pretty good because it's like, you know, you're going to get all your characters and the one map that game has. And then, you know, if you want to go and spend $35 on this fucking gold hat with sparkles, then feel free. I think it's fine, you know. I think most microtransactions are fine because it's, you know, people liked it. It's like when people announce games and it's like I didn't bring up Battlefront, sorry, but I wanted to at some point. It's like you're not being forced to buy it, you know. It existing is not making your life worse. You know, you can play any free to play game pretty much, and have the same experience as if you were to, you know. That's the good ones, I guess. I can play Dota, not put a penny in. You can play Dota, put as much money as you want in. My life is not ruined because you can do that.
Yeah, I think, like I said, it's very easy to blame other companies, but you know, certain companies get a pass with it, and certain companies just get shit on. People still shit on EA today for DLC. You know, people are like, oh, Battlefront 3, it's going to have 5 map packs. What the fuck, EA? The original Battlefront 2 had 1, and it had so many maps and blah blah blah. People are shitting on it. Yet Valve could do the same thing, and people are totally okay with it. Yeah. But now people are realizing that Valve are just jerks when it comes to this sort of stuff, and they've been blind. Like, for this entire time, I've been like, what Valve do with this hat stuff, and practically every one of their games is littered with some sort of way to buy stuff. You know, you look at CSGO, and you go to play a ranked game online, and you will be destroyed by people who have better guns than you. So therefore, you need to go out and buy better guns in order to play the game and be able to fight them.
I was under the impression CS was just cosmetic as well. Because isn't it you buy the guns each round in in-game currency, and you buy the skins and shit?
Is it? I thought, like, then what's all, like, the stat track and all this stuff
you can buy
get on
skins
guns as well?
that will display the number of kills on your gun that you got with that gun and stuff. I know that exists. I assume that's... I think that's what the microtransactions are in that game in particular.
Oh, I thought that the guns... Like, you know how...
No, you're thinking of
Advanced Warfare have...
That's what you're thinking of.
I was thinking of the, like, Advanced Warfare, you know, when you get those gun drops and they have different stats on them.
Yeah.
And, like, I thought it was like that in CSGO. If it's just skins, then fair enough. I don't care about people spending...
I haven't played it in months, but... Yeah. I think that's what it was. Because I think it's the same as the old Counter-Strikes, isn't it? Where you just buy them at the start of each round.
Well, fair enough. That's probably a bad example by me, because that's just cosmetic stuff. But TF2, you can just totally go and buy like the most expensive guns that are the most powerful.
I think in Warframe...
It's not just hats in that game.
I think in Warface, sorry, not Warframe. I'm confusing my free-to-play games. I think in Warface you buy like 24 hours access to a gun. It's a bit like Spartan Assault, you know?
Yeah.
On the Xbox One. Spartan Assault on the PC never had microtransactions, I found out. Also, it didn't have multiplayer, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
if you want to get cynical about it, this is why there's no Half-Life 3, or Episode 2 of, you know, Half-Life 2 Episode 3. Is because they haven't found a good way to monetize it. in its current
No,
form.
Half-Life 3 will come out or be announced, and then suddenly everybody will start sucking Gabe's dick again and be like, "Yeah, you're the best, Gabe."
And now you can buy alternate faces for Alex Vance. You can spend $5 in the workshop and get hairless Alex Vance. You know?
Who's Alex
She's
Vance?
the lady with the big rack.
Oh! You said Alex Vance, and for some reason I thought you were talking about Alex Riley, and I was really confused.
He's the man with the big
know
rack. Different gender. Same person, though, basically. Alex Vance likes to rage on. That's what I'm saying.
The problem I have with Steam doing this is that they're taking 75% of the cuts, and there's no control on how much mod users or mod creators can charge. Like, if there was a limit where it was like, oh yeah, it has to be so much content in your mod in order for you to sell it, and the max price is $5, whatever. Because I've downloaded mods from the Skyrim Nexus, and it's like Helgen Reborn. You can put like 5 to 10 hours into just a mod, and it's really well done. And it's like, this could be something that I may or may not buy if it was. Probably not buy it, I'm going to be honest, but it'd be like, if some mods of that quality were available, then I'd be like, maybe I'll throw $1 in or so, like if I've got it in my Steam wallet.
I wonder if
instead of buying Steam trading cards.
I wonder if that workshop and mod thing is particularly like they have to cut the publisher in as well, because
the publisher. I think Skyrim is free this week.
Yeah.
Now that this has been announced, so Bethesda are going to get money from this. Valve are getting money from this. The mod creator, barely anything, and they're the ones putting the time into making this stuff.
That's I can't really see a publisher saying. I can't see a publisher like Bethesda saying, "Yeah, you let people monetize our game." That seems bizarre.
No, I'm sure they have allowed it.
But I mean, I'm sure they must get a cut of that. It can't just be Steam and the mod creator.
Yeah, but it seems weird that Bethesda went out and put these mod creation tools out there for free. And then eventually, I think Skyrim was eventually added to the Skyrim Workshop. It wasn't like there at launch, was it?
I'm going to say no, but I can't remember. I remember it being a big thing, but I don't remember that was the tools or the workshop support.
Like they put out all this stuff for the tools and stuff, like really helping the mod community to do this stuff, and now they're like, yeah, you can now start charging for mods. Like,
yeah, I wonder if this is just like a test ground for when they do the same thing with Fallout 4. And they're like, let's just see how well this works, because
I don't think that the publishers are going to do it. I think it's more the distributors. Like, Valve are going to do this for every single game within the workshop, which I guess will then get more publishers or more developers to build games with workshop integration. So when Bethesda put out Fallout 4, of course they're going to put out the mod tools of Fallout 4, and you can go and make mods for it and sell them through the workshop and give money to Bethesda.
Yeah, they're going to have to opt in, though, for the publishers, because there's no way.
Well, that's what you have to do with the workshop anyway, because they're essentially just giving mod tools to these people for the games.
Yeah, it just seems like a really weird situation. But if, this is the thing, it's like, it doesn't matter how much people bitch about it, or how much I think it's fucking weird. It's like, if people spend money on it, then it's already worked, then it will, like you say, be in every game, It's only if it's bad. It has to, regardless of the ethical side of it. Like, if it's a good and you get better quality mods for a price that's reasonable, compared to like DLC, which is oftentimes shit. Like,
I don't think that it's going to increase the quality in mods. I think it's going to increase the quantity, because you can look at the workshop now and there's a guy like, oh yeah, this armor that looks like a skeleton, $5. And yet there's, people putting hundreds of hours into modding quests, or, putting in these systems like the Wet and Cold mods that drastically change the game and how you play it, and they're like, no, it's like they're two different things. I'm not going to pay $5 for a skeleton skin, my Dragonborn.
I think it'll be like 25 cents, though, That's what I think that would be.
No. The prices on there are just terrible. The mod creators can charge whatever they want.
But people won't buy it. I think if you're going to release a big, like, multiple actual content, new areas and shit, then I think having a way of monetizing it is good for the creator, because then it's like, yeah, you have put this out, you've put in hundreds of hours of work, but maybe even years. But if they're getting so little, it's like, it's almost like a kick in the teeth.
But again, Steam and the developer are taking 75% of the cut.
Yeah, I don't think that's that crazy.
Which is what I have a problem with.
I think it's crazy that
I
they're
just have
monetizing it at all, because it seems to break the communal aspect of it, you know? You're making this
Yeah,
great
that's just
community into yet another business.
not only are they ruining mods like PC, the advantage of PC is of course you can mod your games, and now they've found a way to, you know,
Yeah.
make people have to pay for that.
I bet EA's just like
that was
they're in the middle. Someone's in a boardroom right now saying, "Fuck you, we should have made Frostbite 3 moddable." You know? They're like,
Yeah.
God damn it, they're ahead of us again. Why didn't we think of this amazing way to monetize something for no effort?
Yeah, and it's going to lead to more people monetizing their stuff now, which isn't good.
Yeah, Uplay, already fucked on PC, is now going to have mod tools in it. Great.
I'm just looking at the paid mods right now for Skyrim. There is 2 armor sets here, one for $1. No, this is pounds. I'm going to have to adjust for dollars. One for maybe like $2. One here for like $3.
For an entire set. So like 6 pieces of armor, maybe some weapons or something.
I don't know. One of them just literally looks like some Assassin's Creed thing, but with skeleton bones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Funny,
crazy, really.
funny I mentioned Wet and Cold, the Wet and Cold mod. Wet and Cold is on here for $5.
So what's Wet and Cold again? Is that the one with like you need to seek shelter and stuff? Or am I thinking?
No, I think that's a different one. Wet. Maybe it's that one. It's been a while since I played Skyrim.
I'm trying to navigate the app on my phone to try to find. It's
Yeah, Wet and Cold is the one where when it rains you get wet and you can become like ill and stuff, and when
Give
you're
me the,
cold you can freeze to death.
when it rains, you get
It's
wet.
really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's weird. We'll see if it pans out. It probably will, because it's Valve, and they seem to be making smart decisions. So
I'm looking at all of the comments on these paid mods now, and it's full of people basically saying like "fuck you, Valve," and there's tons of ASCII art of people giving middle fingers with the words DLC next to it.
nice. It's
Which is
such
what
a
the
shitty thing
internet
from a
is.
communal perspective.
It is. Valve created the workshop, and everyone was like, "Oh, great, Valve, you're amazing for doing this to allow us to download mods for free." And now they're like, "No, we're going to charge you for it." And people are like, "Fuck you, Valve."
It's fuck you, Valve, but you know you're going to log in tomorrow and play your games because it's already in the system. You've already spent hundreds of dollars.
Of course.
So what's the worst you can do? You know, is not use the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Origin is still a prettier and faster system for me than Steam. So just putting that out there. If you want to play 20-year-old
for
Wing
me
Commander,
because
I can hit you up.
It's not faster for me because I don't know my Origin login, so I have to do password recovery every time I log in.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. But do you have anything else? Would you want to hit?
No, that was my rant about Steam and Valve. Fuck you.
I don't want to get too much into Battlefront because it's going to end up with me ranting against the same people we've just been defending, I guess. I don't know. But they're adding, apparently there was going to be female stormtroopers in Battlefront. How does that make you feel?
Do they really have to announce that?
No, somebody asked him as if to so I think it was, in my mind, whoever asked Patrick Bach the question was probably like, so you're going to add female stormtroopers? Because, you know, Ubisoft being shit. And he was like, yeah, of course. Because that was his response, was like, why wouldn't there be? I'm like, that's awesome.
Really? Because to me, the people asking, are there going to be female stormtroopers, are the people with piercings on their lips and ears and multicolored hair.
I have a piercing on my ear. I'll have you know.
Well, I mean more the Tumblr crowd being like, yo, EA, women need to be in video games too. Are there going to be female stormtroopers? And they're like, yes. And they're like, score 1 for women in video gaming.
Score 1 for the Republic. That's a Battlefront line, by the way. That was a nice line you threw in there.
I was just trying to beat the SJWs online that feel the need to be like...
I need to get a Tumblr. I have a Pinterest, so I'm most of the way there, but...
My
hair's one colour.
My mother started talking about Pinterest the other day. She was like, I've seen this stuff on Pinterest about gardening, and I was like, oh god.
Fuck.
She doesn't have to find my Pinterest with pictures of Seth Rollins.
I ended up going on there. I was just browsing my Twitter, and somebody was reposting fan art from the Dragon Age, and of course it's all like, oh, he has like 4 dudes wearing no clothes, but just enough so that they won't be removed from Pinterest. It's amazing.
That's always the best stuff to find.
I was going to repin them, but then I remembered how the Attack on Titan stuff went for me, so I didn't want 80,000 emails of people repinning it. So I didn't bother.
Arm in, arm out.
It's a really good pin. It wasn't even mine. I'm super excited for Battlefront, and fuck all haters. Female stormtroopers for the win.
It's like those people... No, fine, I'm not going to go into it.
Good move.
Any more news?
No more news. I'm looking forward to playing video games. I want to check out the Final Fantasy 15 demo. Hopefully I'll get some video of that. I'm going to show you Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. And then I guess we're just like idling till Destiny and The Witcher in May, I guess.
You may be idling till then. I am idling until games actually come out at the end of the year.
Dude, Destiny is unlike any video game. We're not going to call it an MMO, but it's unlike any video game you ever played. You are playing Pokemon Red Nuzlocke Run?
Fire
Red, and that is on YouTube. You are 6, 7, 6. How many episodes deep are you?
Maybe. I don't keep count.
You are multiple episodes deep. People should go search that out. You've now got sick frames. Sick updating frames. It's sick. I need to step my video game up because I haven't had picture-in-picture in too many videos. I need to get my...
We need more picture.
I need to bring the hand camera back. How does that make you feel? So when I'm playing...
I'm excited already.
When I'm playing Final Fantasy Type 0, I'll be playing shit, and then you'll notice because I've only got one hand on the controller because everyone's hard kids. So, yeah.
That's when you turn on your Kinect because it's pointed directly at your crotch anyway.
Phil Spencer, watch me. Yeah. I'm out, dude. I'll see you next week.